Welcome back to another episode of Born Again Bowhunting Podcast. This happens to be our 1-year anniversary for the podcast, and we got a full crew in the studio here. So we're all excited. We were shooting some YouTube videos today. We had a good dinner.
We had
a
tacos.
taco bar, so it was a really good time.
The cheesecake, though.
Yeah.
Drop that recipe for them right now.
Thank you to the wives.
Yes.
Because we didn't
didn't do any cooking.
Black and I didn't do any cooking, but we supplied the tortillas. Well, Black supplied...
The tortillas and the
chips.
Chips.
And I brought the drinks.
Matthew brought us some of these beautiful Arnie's.
If anybody follows us, you guys know that we're a couple of us are doing like the 75-day-ish
hard-ish
challenge. Hey, there you go, Kev.
I haven't had one of these in about a month and a half.
And today is a big cheat day for us. So.
Big cheat day.
But it's a good day to celebrate. So
yeah,
very excited. It's our 1-year anniversary.
Yes.
And who knows what we're going to talk about? Nothing scripted. We have no idea what we're going to talk about.
Yeah, we've just got some stuff we want to touch on, but other than that. But let's just start off with a couple exciting things that we got going on. But merch.
Hey, yo.
It's on the way.
Yeah, we've had a lot of you people out there asking us about merch for a while now.
since we've started wearing our own.
Yeah. Well, pretty much. Yeah. We've been just doing small orders for
couple years,
just the team guys.
Yeah, maybe some real close family friends and stuff.
But man, people have been asking, and we finally
we're about to deliver.
Bit the bullet on that one.
Yeah. Matt ordered some hats and T-shirts.
I'm just looking over Cromer's mics upside down.
Who did that?
Flip that thing around, Cromer. There you go.
I didn't set this up. That sounds better now.
Oh,
I didn't set this up. I just sat down.
Hold on. He's real loud right now. Which one is he?
Hey, yo.
Okay, turn him down.
Hello? How's that?
You sound good now.
Okay,
Good.
we're good.
Thank you for catching that. I wasn't even paying attention. I'm just talking into a microphone. Whatever. It's fine.
What were we saying?
Merch.
Yeah.
Shirts and hats.
Let's somebody talk about what we got.
Yeah, so we got black T-shirts with the white logo, Born Again Bowhunting logo on it, and we have 4 options for hats.
3. No, I think
3.
2 or 3.
No,
2.
Definitely more than 2.
Okay.
3 or 4. I can't
We
remember.
got one solid color,
We got
The hat that you're wearing.
Yep.
the real tree camo, like
The
what
real
I'm wearing, what I got
Mossy
on.
Oak
You can see it.
Bottomland.
That's what this is, isn't it?
Nope, this is real.
This is real tree.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
And then the rope hat is the bottomland,
Yep. So 3 options.
The old style bottom
the
land.
OG bottomland.
And then we
yes.
got ourselves kind of like
In-house.
an in-house experimental hat. So if anybody wants one of those, and if you see us wearing it, please let us know.
Yeah,
Yes.
let us know, and we'll get a few more. But yeah, we're super excited, merch. It's just another big step that we're kind of able to reach right now is merch, and we've all been excited for it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so nervous. Everybody else at this table is like so excited, and I'm the one that's like, I mean,
It's all right. We'll just have to,
it's a lot of money.
Promote it.
I know.
So if you're listening to this, I'm going to selflessly plug ourselves. Please reach out if you want a T-shirt or a hat. And I think we're going to get a Shopify.
Shopify.
We already have Spotify. Cromer's going to hook us up with something, and we'll definitely have the details finalized by the time this airs. We'll have everything figured out. We probably won't have the merch by then,
Right.
but we'll be real close.
Yeah, the merch should be here like within a week and a half of when this airs.
If this airs, we'll be within a week or so of getting the merch.
Yeah.
So a perfect time to reach out, ask for, what size you want T-shirt and what kind of hat you want. And we'll probably post on social media the different styles once we get those samples in. So look for that, because we'll be posting. And then there's a couple in-house places that we'll be at. So
yeah, so we're gonna. So yeah, one more thing is Premier's anniversary sale.
Anniversary sale.
So we're gonna be, at least Matt and I are gonna be down there. Black may show
possibly
up
Black.
towards the later end.
Yep.
But yeah, I believe we're gonna take some stuff down there, and you guys can come into Premiere on August 12th and
Buy the merch.
yeah, buy some merch and then shop in house.
Yeah, get some
Or you can just hang
good
out
deals
and talk.
down.
That's cool, too.
Yeah, seriously, just come down and say hi. We love talking to everybody.
Yeah. And then, like Kevin said, I believe the deals are incredible.
I know. It's
Down there at Premiere during that week-long sale. And I also, a little insider knowledge, I think John, the owner Premier, is giving away. Don't quote me on this. It's either $10,000 or $15,000 worth of gear, and in that, he's also giving away a couple e-bikes.
That's sweet.
Like hunting fat tire e-bikes.
That's sweet.
I think 2 of them actually. So he partnered with a local bike shop down the road, and they're going to be giving away 2 e-bikes. So how it works is if you come to the store during that sale, you spend X amount of dollars. I think it's for every $100 that you spend, you get a ticket. And in that ticket, you just write your name, phone number, and they put you in this giant pot. And it's just basically like a lottery system. You draw the ticket. If your name's on there, you win a prize. So, and last year they give away guns and bows and arrows and cameras and
everything you can possibly think of.
I mean, it's not like a $15 camo hat that they give away.
Right.
Now, yes, they do give that stuff away.
Right.
But
I think last year there was a trophy line saddle kit.
Yep.
Just
Sweet.
everything that you would want.
Bow, rifle. I mean, it was good stuff.
Binos.
Yep.
Yeah,
A lot of Vortex stuff.
So if you have anything on your wish list before season, come on down to Premier the week of the 12th is a Saturday that it ends.
It's the 12th is when it ends, yeah. I'm going to sneeze. Sorry.
That's a good warning, though.
I felt that one coming.
We need the quiet button. We need the sneeze button.
If it ends on the 12th of August, it starts on August 7th, that Monday. If it's a week long and it ends on the 12th,
yes.
Yeah.
August 7th is the start date for that.
Thank you for looking that up. Yeah, so come down to Premier in Mount Hope, Ohio, the 7th through the 12th.
But you got to come down on the 12th if you want to see old Maddie and I.
Yeah.
And black.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Hopefully.
Possibly. I'll be there at some point, whether it's all day or the evening.
So they got to be there all day if they want to see Black.
Yeah,
you never know when you're going to
just
show up.
Hanging outside, waiting for me to walk in.
Sign some autographs.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And honestly, like if you come and talk to us and like maybe mention your favorite podcast or maybe mention some like YouTube stuff, we may throw like a free hat at you or something. Or
Whoa.
like I'll do that. Like if you come and truly like know some stuff that, hey, I really liked this video.
Give him a code word right now.
Give me the code.
I don't have good. Okay. Black, you're witty on the spot.
Ooh, pineapple.
Pineapple. All right. You come down and see us at Premiere on the 12th and just walk up and say pineapple.
I will say one thing though, it will be the first person.
Yeah, there we go.
Only person one hat.
I was gonna.
Me too. I was waiting to see if Matt was like, "Oh my gosh, how many hats are we
There's
gonna
gonna
give
be a line of
away?"
people saying pineapple. No.
Yeah, so I apologize if you're not the first, but I appreciate if you do mention pineapple.
But if you're the second, you'll get a crisp high five.
we can talk hunting then if you're the second. Yeah, first person to come up to either one of us and say pineapple, we'll get you hooked up with some free merch.
Sweet.
Oh,
Nice.
So yeah, like
and
we
then
said, yeah. What
after
else?
that, we can talk about the archery shoot coming up.
Yeah, we are actually
Hosting / running.
We
Not
help
born
run.
again, but
Yeah, so the church Kevin and I go to, the Worcester Church of the Nazarene, we do a bow shoot every year. It's pretty slick. It's out at one of our friends' residences. They've got some nice property, and we basically cut lanes and trails through one of their good big paths through the woods, and we set up all kinds of 3D targets, everything from African animals to, you name it. It's awesome. We get some targets from a local club that lets us use them for the day. And yeah, so it'll probably, that's the thing. We don't have the
date set in stone yet.
we'll just say late September.
We will let you know on the next podcast the date if you want to listen to that. But yeah, it's a great shoot. It's free. It'll be on a Saturday. There will be free food. We're probably going to take some Born Again stuff and sell it there. We're going to be hanging out, hopefully, depending on the date, because if it squeezes into
We may be hunting. We may not be hunting.
We'll see. But yeah, come and check that out. We'll give you some more details on the next podcast when we know more. But we've been doing it for a couple years, and it's always had a great turnout. And it's a great little shoot to get your bow out before season, because we know not everybody.
Yeah. You can knock the dust off before season.
Yeah.
And get some targets down and
Yeah.
do some shooting, have some fun too.
It's good.
So it's anything from 8 or 9 yards to what's the farthest target? Like 72, 73
we had
yards.
Yeah, we had one in the 70s last year. So
You don't have to shoot that distance. You
No,
can shoot whatever.
you can shoot them from walk up and shoot them from any distance. We just have markers from the farthest point you can shoot from for safety reasons.
Yeah, so if you and a couple buddies want to come and have a little competition, you're more than welcome to, but it's just a fun shoot. Just come out and shoot your bow, have some fun with.
Does it cost any money?
No, it's free, and there's all kinds of stuff for kids to do. So if you got a family and they all want to come, they can all walk the course with you while you shoot. You can bring their little kid bows if they've got them, and they can shoot.
What about food?
And there's plenty of food. We supply all kinds of chicken, and it's just a great family event, honestly.
Yep.
It's awesome.
Yep. So it's late September.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll probably be not the last Saturday in September, but the one before that.
The weekend before
the fourth
opener.
Saturday, since
Ohio
there's 5
opener.
Saturdays. But
That's merch.
Like we said, yeah, that's
Sup?
probably all.
Yeah.
Cromer's over there.
I'm so tired, boys. Sorry. Did you hear my yawn in the microphone?
I thought you were tearing up for a
No,
reason.
I am. I actually got tears.
1 year of
rolling down my face.
podcasting, he's about to cry.
I'm so emotional right now. I'm so emotional right now.
So I sent this last night. I typed up this like book of a text message, and we have this like group in Telegram. We have this like group app where we communicate with everything Born Again, so stuff doesn't get mixed up. And I sent this book of like things.
It's
that
a long text. Keep that in mind, everybody.
what we're gonna be doing and like what to bring,
Multiple
and,
lines to read.
who's in charge of what. But the second line from the top, after I cannot wait to hang out with everybody, the next line is just a reminder: be at Kevin's house for 1 p.m. sharp.
See, are you screwing up? Huh?
At 1 p.m. sharp. So Cromer texts the group back at like 2 a.m. and says, "Hey, just a friendly reminder. What time is this again?" And like, I seen it this morning.
Nobody responded. Bunch of jerks.
I saw it this
are you
morning, and I
kidding
was
me?
like, he's got to be kidding. So I was like, I'm not responding.
Yeah. I was like, "There's no way. He's just joking." So like, I didn't respond, and then like a couple hours later, he sends like a question mark.
It was like 7:30 question mark.
Kevin responds.
Kevin's like, I'll tell him. I'll tell the poor sucker what time we're supposed to be here. And then and then Matt, tell him what you did after that. You did like 4 screenshots of.
So then I took a screenshot of the text, zoomed in, and took a screenshot of the 1 p.m., zoomed in even closer. So it was like
Just a 1 in the picture.
six screenshots in a row of 1 p.m.
I'll tell the people what I'm doing, why I can't even read a paragraph.
Are you allowed?
Yeah, I don't care. By the time this comes out, there should be.
Hold on. We don't know that.
What?
This is only 2 weeks.
I've already been paid, so I'm good for some of it.
This guy. He said, I'm
I
good.
don't care.
Are you
By the time
sure?
it comes out, yeah, it's fine.
Because like,
How tired are you right now?
I'm pretty tired. Should I not tell him?
I wouldn't.
All right, fine.
We'll do it on
I
the
got a
next
big project coming up, and I've been working.
yeah, I would
haven't-
let them do that
All
announcement
right,
first.
That's fine. I mean, whatever. I haven't seen the sun in 23 days. Okay, I've been in my basement doing a project for 23. I haven't been outside one time besides walking to work in Cleveland, which I can't say that's a nice time, but I haven't been outside in the whole month of July. Today's the 23rd of July. And every night I'm up till I don't go to bed earlier than 12 or 1 o'clock. I'm usually up to like 2 or 3 in the morning working, and then sometimes I have to get up for work the next day to go to Cleveland. So stay off 71 if you're Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 7:45
Northbound.
7:45 a.m. Just look out for a black car on the road. Just stay away. Stay in the slow lane.
Or if you
But-
see the old boy snoozing, wake him up.
Yeah, honk
honk
at
at
him or
me.
something.
Yeah. So,
But-
anyways,
we will tell you
You can
the
talk a
secret.
little bit about it, right?
yeah. I mean, it
Just
doesn't
don't tell
matter.
who it's for, but you can. Well,
It's pretty obvious.
yeah, don't get.
That's fine.
detailed.
I'll wait. I
We
mean,
will
that's-
let you know when we get the okay so that Cromer doesn't get in trouble.
Yeah, I won't get in trouble. It's fine. It's whatever.
As he's over there snoozing.
Wait,
Anyways.
listen, I was fine. We've been doing like 4 hours of video, and then the second I sat down, I'm just like, oh, my whole body's like, let's just take a nap right now.
You got a button on your butt?
Yeah.
It shuts off when you...
Yeah.
Yeah, when
We're
he
out-
sits down.
Yeah,
Yeah, a little
sit-
on-off button.
Well, I think we all have that button, but anyways.
Anyways, okay. So,
Enough of me. Moving on.
like we said, this is our 1 year podcast.
We're having a good time.
But yeah, so
It's
this.
so exciting that Cromer can't even stay away.
Yeah, seriously.
I love all of you guys.
Okay, so this will be episode
53.
53 or 54. Maybe it's 53.
I believe it's 53.
So we've done more than one episode per week, eh? This is not 52,
Yes.
episode 52.
I know we have. It can't be 52,
Well, we've had 2 bonus episodes.
That'd be 54 then, right?
but they haven't aired yet.
This is 53.
This will be 53.
This episode
This
will be 53.
will be 53, but we have done probably 56 because we've got at
There's a
least
couple
2
that
in the
haven't aired
bank.
yet.
They're hidden.
So we've been grinding this out at least one podcast a week for
Yeah.
a whole year.
We've been very consistent. Thanks
Yes.
to everybody here.
I know it's been. I would say one of the greatest things about this is we have so many guys sitting here. So if life shows up for one guy,
Yeah.
there's always someone to pick up, and I
Yeah.
think that's been one.
Did we
big
miss?
Success.
Have we ever missed 1 week?
No.
No,
That's impressive.
no.
That's awesome.
We've gotten down to 1 or 2 guys doing the podcast.
Yeah.
I don't think we've ever actually only had Kevin do a podcast.
Nope, it's
have
always
we?
been 2 guys.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So that's nice. And we've been very fortunate to have a lot of very important people on our podcast and share good information. And we've just built some relationships with people and had a lot of fun talking to them. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
we appreciate that big time too.
I
just
would say
reaching out
that-
to people and talking to them.
I would say that the first year has gone twice as good as I hoped that it would.
Oh,
to be honest.
100%.
It's been fun.
I mean, I knew that it was going to be fun and everything, but we've just had such a fun time, and
Yeah.
we've fortunately been able to meet so many different people that if we didn't have the podcast, I don't think we ever
Never
would've met
would.
them.
No.
Absolutely
not. at all.
not.
Nope.
The connections that we've made and like just the networking and just one thing leads to the next, which leads to the next, which leads to hunting with guys next year. And like we've been invited on so many hunts, and it's just I want to say thank you.
Yeah. Without everybody listening, we definitely still wouldn't be doing this if nobody listened. So we're
Yeah.
very thankful.
Yeah, you guys are our drive to keep on going for the next week and get the next guest and just keep grinding out and putting out content and podcasts. So we
Yeah.
appreciate you guys just as much as everybody else,
Yeah.
for sure.
100%. 100%.
But yeah, it's been a grind doing a podcast a week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. A lot of scheduling.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
Oh,
Having people cancel on you just because it's,
Life's
life
busy,
happens and
yeah.
people just forget.
Yeah,
and sometimes we have people scheduled out a whole month in advance, and
Yeah.
by the time it's their week to come and podcast,
They
even with
scheduled 3
reminders,
things.
they've already forgot about it or scheduled something over it, and
Mm-hmm.
it's like we got to scramble in the last 48 hours to find somebody new. And luckily, somebody has always came through and been willing to podcast
Yeah.
short notice, so
Yeah.
that's cool.
I think the latest we ever got somebody was like 6 hours before we were supposed to podcast.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Uh,
That time we called Chad.
Oh, yeah.
Chad.
yeah.
And
oh,
Chad-
yeah.
He was
Yeah.
he was working, and he's like,
Yeah.
"Well, I'm finishing up. If you got 15 minutes, I'll be out of the door, and we can
Yep.
podcast."
Yeah, I'll take that back. Chad was like
Yeah.
15
He came in
minutes.
clutch.
Chad Rada, the old OG.
Yeah. He
like,
was an OG
Let me
podcast.
go home and plug my phone in so I can talk to you guys. But yeah, it's been a blast.
Yeah, so one thing I want to touch on is going forward, the podcast may change a little bit. We may go different directions, whatever. But ultimately, we want to podcast about what our listeners, what you guys want. So please, if you're somebody that tunes into this podcast, we do not take any offense whatsoever if you reach out to us and we're like, hey, love this series, hate that series. Wasn't really into this series, enjoyed this one, would like to see that, whatever it may be. Please, because like we can look at analytics and see kind of what podcasts were more popular than others, but obviously we're not going to want to waste our time nor yours
Right.
by doing podcasts that you don't want to listen to.
Right.
And also, like, when we do the same thing every week. So, like, sometimes we get caught in, like, a think trap. So, like, if you can come in with a different perspective on a different topic that you want to hear about, we need that. Like, because sometimes we are just, it's every week is the kind of the same thing, and we kind of keep doing it. So, it'd be nice to hear some different perspectives, some different ideas. We want to hear it. Do not hold back.
Yeah,
please.
seriously, we
And-
want to hear what you guys want to hear. We want to hear all of your opinions about the podcast.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously.
I will say one thing. From here on out, it's basically until let's say January, it's going to be whitetail driven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Very, very. I mean, it might be something like down the rabbit hole of whitetail hunting, but it's going to be whitetail related.
Yep.
I would say during the summer we did a couple of different series of just kind of, hunting in general, but nothing like, this is from here on out. We have a trail cam series coming up where it's just complete strategy, tips and tricks on how to get deer on camera, how to effectively use your cameras, what cameras to buy, batteries, etc. And then after that, we've got a bunch of really good hunters lined up with some podcasts, and we're going to talk just complete strategy. And, ultimately during that October, November timeframe, that's what you guys want to hear, because like when I tune onto a podcast that time of year, I want to hear, how am I supposed to kill this buck? What can I learn? Another cool thing that we're going to be doing this year is we are going to be doing a kind of like a semi-live podcast version of every day when we're out of state, we will be podcasting. Excuse me. So I just burp into the mic.
Matt's grumbling over there. Just always grumbling.
Yeah, we want to give you guys just another angle at our out of state stuff. So we're gonna as long as we have service that we can upload the podcasts, we're gonna get done with a hunt. We're gonna podcast about our day and our hunt. It'll go up, and you'll get the next days.
Yep.
So
it's probably only going to be 20 minutes, half an hour, but it's going to be that, if you want to tune in and know how things are going, whether it was a good day or a bad day, a sour day, whatever, we're going to be podcasting.
Yeah, it'll let you guys kind of follow around with our hunts basically as closely as you can. I mean, you're going to get it when you listen to it, within a 24-hour span of what happened.
Yeah.
So if we killed, you're going to get to know.
That'd be cool. That'd be sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or if any of the other guys at the Indiana camp,
if any of the guys that were with killed,
Get them on the mic and
you'll get to hear it.
Yeah. There's a lot of guys that are verbally committed to Indiana. As you guys know, if you followed us last year, we went on a public land challenge kind of hunt, and we got some different crews coming. We've got some bigger names potentially showing up, and odds are we're probably gonna be podcasting quite a bit.
Yeah.
Because there's some dudes that are some killers that are coming down, and the only thing that might not be semi-live is Kentucky.
Service is so bad there.
As of now, Black and I are going, and we don't have any service.
Yeah, you can't. You have to get out like on a mountain to like text us.
You got to get on top, or you got to drive 40 minutes.
Or unless you're Black with AT&T.
Yeah. Shout out to them. It's pretty good.
Nice.
I wonder if AT&T hasn't. Do you haven't? Well, see, but sometimes it was spotty though.
Yeah.
Like Black can receive text
He
messages.
needs to get in a good
stuff.
spot and hot spot. And
Well, that's the thing.
That's a pretty good idea.
I remember last year there was only a couple spots where you could get like to look at the weather and stuff.
It's so frustrating. We're all sitting around camp. And, I mean, not that you need your phone to do anything, but we've been 3 days in. And we haven't really like texted our wives or anything. And Black's just over there. Bring,
Yeah.
bring.
Notification.
We're laying in bed at night in the camper, all trying to go to sleep. You just hear, Black's watching an elk hunt. And we're like,
on YouTube. Yeah.
Scrolling TikTok. Life's good.
So maybe we might be able to.
you may be able to. Yeah.
And honestly, we may park. I haven't talked to anybody about it.
Well, you're going to have to.
We may park closer to. I don't want to give too much away, but we may park where we can have service. But I want to go visit Travis as well, so I don't know. We'll have to make the decision.
Yeah.
But
I was thinking about that as well.
yeah.
But Matt said he's going to kill on day 1, hour 3 or something like that.
Now you got to at least give me the evening.
Yeah.
Day 1 evening hunt.
Hour 3 of hunt.
173.
I'm gonna I'm gonna top next year. Last year. I'm gonna top what I did last year. I'm gonna miss 3.
No.
No, you're
Don't
not.
say that. Start shooting your bow more, Black.
Guys, keep it up. I'm gonna miss 4.
That was a rough first day.
Yeah. It was pretty awful.
If I
Still,
would have
still
had,
hurts.
if I'd had a cameraman, I'd have killed my first velvet deer.
You guys had a lot of good content last year, though. Like there was a lot of content that came out of Kentucky last year.
Yeah.
It was good.
And then Black, he tried real hard.
Deer's fast. them things are fast.
Them
fast.
deers are fast. Then we got to see a nice POV of Jerry in the field stalking that deer. And he smoked that
That
buck.
big,
I
the
had
doe.
a good year in Kentucky last year.
Mhm.
The doe and the buck.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not
Heck,
going
last
this year.
we
Because
got
I mean,
close.
Yeah.
Like really close.
know
That
what?
last
Same
day was
day, yeah.
awesome.
You know what, Black? We may do what
Jerry did.
we.
Yeah.
I'm serious.
I honestly
Just the
think you'll
spot
have
and
to.
stalk.
Even after talking to Jace, he's like, get down on the ground and go after.
That's what I'm saying. Even if it's in the place closer to where we camp, let's just get in the beans. Who cares? You can
Yeah.
stay in that tree line. You
Yeah.
can see them at 100 yards. Who
Yeah,
cares?
we've got a lot to talk about because that totally reminds me. Kevin and I were discussing some things about a couple of those different places.
Yeah.
You need to get the one that you're talking about. You need to pull down and go to that first hill and just chill there and watch all the way back. And you could easily jump down on that right side and go
Yeah.
down through those cuts and get
So close.
much closer to them.
Yeah, because that's where they come out. They come
Yeah.
out into that corner and then
Yeah.
they work through that gap. That
Even
fence gap.
even see them and just take the guess at where they're going to come since you've watched them for so long. Just hightail it there and get in there and wait.
Could you imagine just poke your head up and old boy's at like 30 yards?
And old Maddie's like,
Grab some beans, make a ghillie suit out of it. You know, make it look like a
Stop.
lion's mane.
Put the beanstalks like in your.
which
in your hat.
we were
Not a
discussing.
bad idea.
Those are the tallest beans I've ever seen in my life. You could honestly probably just stand up.
They're chest high.
Yeah.
You don't even have
seriously.
to kneel.
Yeah,
Just squat down a little bit.
they're chest high for sure.
It's the wildest beans ever.
The only issue is like seeing the vital area of a deer.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, there's
in certain
there's so
spots.
many like drainages and there's so many like different land features that like I think you could make it work.
Yeah.
I really do.
But I think you'd have to mix it up compared to just sitting in a tree.
We're definitely going to get pretty aggressive in Kentucky, I feel. Plus, I mean, I've got some cameras on public that, you know, arguably, if they produce like I think they're going to, I mean, we may be hunting some public too because, I mean, I got some pictures of
Some
like
Gooderns.
160, 170s last year. So, yeah, that's something worth chasing.
Yeah.
Give him another year. It'll be fine.
So we'll see.
Not big enough for me.
Yeah, especially public.
I can miss those all day long, right?
No,
I'll
you
do
ain't.
my best.
You're not missing. Black. I got faith.
Okay, do we want to answer those two questions
Yeah.
that we were given?
So we asked on Instagram for some viewer questions, and we got 2 of you guys to respond. So the first one, Cromer, I feel like you might be the best guy for this.
I've been thinking about it. Yeah, tell the people what the question is.
So Jordan asked, how do I pick the best side stabilizer setup? Or like a back bar?
Back bar. So I was thinking about this. I'm a target guy, so might not be the best as far as practicality goes with hunting. But to quickly answer the question, go as long as you feel comfortable, as you think that you'll feel comfortable with. If you've never shot a back bar before, I would say if you've never shot one before and you're nervous about hunting with it, I would say start with like an 8. Like an 8-inch,
or a
6
10.
or an 8 or a 10. 6. If they're nervous about
Yeah.
getting bumping things, I think a 6 or an 8's good. I think if you are wanting to maximize your accuracy, yes, Matt, 10, 12, 10 probably, 10 or 12. And just because, but if you know, a lot of guys have shot with like a short 6 or 8-inch bar, and if you are comfortable with that already in the field, maybe think about bumping to a 10. And for me, it's just about accuracy. Like the farther back you go, it's actually the less weight that you need to get the bow to balance. It's just more leverage on the bow, and your bow's just going to shoot better. That's just what it is. Now, there's a point with back bars where they're too long and it's overkill. But I think like if you're not nervous about the size of a back bar, I say start with a 10. I think that's my recommendation for you to start.
If you're not nervous.
If you're not nervous about bumping things, and if you're hunting in a tight blind, but as most of you know, the way that we hunt, you know, it's in a saddle. You're not. Only thing you're bumping is maybe a branch, but yeah, that's. That's my quick
Yeah.
answer. You guys also can answer because you guys
I-
have the hunting perspective of
I have
it.
a question for you on
Yeah.
that.
Shoot.
So as far as like, what's the rule of thumb for weight in the back bar versus your front bar?
It's a 1-to-3 ratio. So if you have 1 ounce, this is just a general place to start. It's a good place to start. If you have 1 ounce in the front, you can have 3 in the back. That's what you do. So 2 and 6, and even sometimes that even might be a little bit aggressive. You can even do 4 and 8. You can even do like a 1-to-2 ratio.
I find myself shooting more a 1-to-2 ratio.
And I think it's actually trending that way now. It's more of a 1-to-2. I don't think.
Yeah.
But start. When you're first starting out, you only get a couple ounces to start. But do like 1 on the front, 3 on the back is a good place to start. You do 2 and 6. Because a lot of time when you start putting a lot of front weight on the bow, people get dip bangs and their bows kind of they're fighting their pin a lot. And the interesting thing is, not to get too deep into it, but the more weight that you add on the back bar, the more stable that your bow just becomes instantly. So yeah, that's a good place to start for all that. Matt, what do you got? You hunt more than I do. What do you think?
No, so before we made the transition to red line, I was running a 15-inch out the front and a 12 out the back.
Mm-hmm.
And I come from a target background as well with like Cromer and whatnot, but I disagree with like the argument of, oh, it's going to get in the way, or oh, it's too long, or oh, my bow's too long. There's dudes out there killing them with recurves, and I mean, them recurves are 40, 50 inches long. I mean, sometimes even longer if you get a long bow. I personally, I never had any issues with it. Don't be afraid, especially if you're an eastern whitetail hunter. Don't be afraid.
Even less afraid if you're Western.
Yeah, exactly.
Eastern's actually the worst one to worry about.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, there's guys out west that they shoot like a 20-inch bar in the front, and like a 10 or 15 out the back, because you're just spot and stalking, and then you've just got so much more stabilization out there.
Yeah.
So I agree. Don't be. I agree. I err on the side of caution because I don't want. He told me to get a 10. I can't. It's hitting trees and it's hitting my blind.
Yeah, but I don't think it's going to be an issue. I really don't.
Sure.
And then plus, like, one thing I want to talk about is placement of the bar. So like a lot of guys, you just throw it on there. Now what? Well, there's 2 sides of the fence, and I'm going to explain my side of the fence, and then I'll explain the other side. So I'm going to start with my side on how Cromer and I both shoot stabilizers. We set up our bows where if you draw back at full draw, now it has to be at full draw because there's different torque on the bow when it's at full draw versus just at rest. If you draw back and your bubble is completely level without torquing the bow whatsoever, in my mind, it's a good setup. Now, granted, there's some guys that argue that, and so it's just whatever you feel comfortable with, because I personally do not like torquing my bow to make it level. So I like to draw my bow back, get relaxed, and my bow sits perfectly square or level or whatever.
Your bubble's level in your sight.
Yes. Where the other side of the fence is they kick the stabilizer. So if you wanted to do that, you would run your stabilizer pretty parallel.
Fairly parallel. Yeah.
Not completely.
Depends on your grip.
Yeah, not completely, but you're talking pretty parallel to the bow. The other side of the fence is a lot of guys want to put torque into their bow, meaning they'll run that sidebar kicked almost, 45 degrees off the riser, so that way the bow wants to naturally lean to the left and they have to push it to the right. And the reasoning behind that is that if you have a completely level bow, it doesn't take much for it to become unlevel, where if you have an unlevel bow and you push into it, your resistance or your pushing into the bow is always going to keep it true. Well, there's give and take to that, in my opinion, and you're just going to have to play with it. I have found over the years that I would much rather deal with a level bow with no torque trying to get it level than, because if you don't shoot consistently and if you don't put the exact same amount of torque into your bow every time, you're going to have left and right issues, where I feel that that's more of a target setup, that somebody that shoots all the time. And I feel like if you're a hunter who's somebody that might shoot once a week if you're lucky, I think that you would much rather have a bow where it's level at full draw and you're not doing anything to cause that.
If somebody's, and the guy that's asking this question, that was a very in-depth and like somebody that's been doing this a long time answer to that. Like as far as not making your bow level at full draw. There's a lot of really, like Matt said, there's a lot of great shooters that do the second option where you purposefully
Torque into
it, so you are forced to pay attention to your bubble, and it's adds some consistency. But I'd say 98% of people should just set their bows up to where that back bar is just slightly kicked out, add a comfortable amount of weight, and when you, like Matt said, when you relax your hand, your bubble on your sight is perfectly level. And I've actually had quite a few people come to my house recently, and this is very overlooked. And it's actually having your sight leveled to your bow. When you get these sights out of the package, they don't, the company that makes the sight, they don't know where your bow's level at compared on the riser. So, you slap your sight on, you make your back stabilizer work to where your bubble's level on your sight, and you never actually leveled the sight to your bow. So you're actually probably setting up your back bar to kind of talk what Matt said a minute ago, torque the bow to make it look level to your eyeball. So long story short is if you have a decent bow tech somewhere, if you're in Northeast Ohio, get a hold of me. If you're not, go to your shop and see if they can level your sight to your bow, and that's the second axis of your sight. That's huge. Like if everything's not level to start, you're just gonna be fighting that bow, especially if you're trying to shoot some long distance in the backyard or at a competition. So that's my spiel.
Buy Redline.
Yeah.
Honestly,
we love them, so
it's a great hunting setup. You can get a 12 and a 10, a 12 and a 6, 12 and an 8, 10 and a 6, whatever combo you want.
Yeah.
Look into Redline. That's what we use.
And their new bars are very, very good looking bars. That carbon looks slick.
Yep.
On those stabilizers.
okay.
Question number 2, hunting with a passion. They asked, how do you guys hunt so much and still have a full-time job? So I'll start off with that. With me personally, so I work 7:30 to 5 Monday through Friday, and really early season I can hunt after work a little bit, but most of the time it's Saturdays. So like I don't know what it looks like on camera, but in reality there's not that much time to hunt. I mean, you got to sacrifice some stuff to go in the woods and actually hunt. So
in reality, it's just us maximizing the time that we have. You just if you're married, take your wife for drives and look for deer and just try and figure it out as much as you can before the season starts. Mm-hmm. Me, on the other hand, I'm pretty fortunate that my dad and I have our own little gig, and he hunts a lot and I hunt a lot, and we can just kind of make our own schedules. I don't have a higher boss that I have to, listen to, but it's still, it's not easy. It's you just have to work insanely hard. That's it.
In the off season.
Yep, you just have to sacrifice some time.
Your summers.
And just gotta work.
I was talking to the Simon brothers. They're all firefighters. You're telling me all they do is pick up overtime in the summer,
Yep.
and then they ask they have that time off.
That's their
in the
time
fall.
off then.
The guys that are taking all the summer vacations, they
pick up the shifts for them
in the fall.
Yeah, because most people want vacations in the summer, and we're not busy in the summer, so
that's a good answer for the general population.
And I try and work as much as I can in the summer, and when it comes fall time, I bite the bullet a little bit. I don't make maybe as much money as I could be, but I get to do what I want. So I mean, it's just a trade-off. I don't make as much, but I'm having fun.
Yeah.
So I think that's something that if you're in a spot and you don't need the money. I mean, it'd be nice to work another day or two this week and make a really good paycheck, or you make enough.
Enjoy life.
Like I'm gonna go have fun. Yeah, there's a balance that you have to find. It takes a while to find, but
yeah.
And obviously,
especially if you're married.
If you're married, you gotta have a wife that is understanding or that is for it. Or if they're not for it, you're not gonna be for it for very long. It's not easy.
Black, do you have anything to say about that?
I mean, I've got a pretty busy life, and I've just always made it work. I mean, you make sacrifices for the things that you truly love. Hunting's one of those things for me, so I'll work a 16-hour shift and be cross-eyed hanging off the side of a tree and still go. Like, you do what you have to if it's important to you. I mean, you just got to juggle what you can, what little time you do have free, or lacking some sleep, It is what it is. You do, like I said, you do what you can, with what you got. Mm-hmm. And I'll sacrifice sleep for it. I mean, I do have a lot going on in my life because doing the Army stuff and then with work and working 16s all the time, it's hard. But if you work third shift, I mean, if you can switch shifts at work, like I worked third for a long time just so I could hunt mornings and evenings. I could have my choice. Or I'd, work a double, not pick it up the next day, just go hunting, go to work, and then just come home and crash for the day. Mm-hmm. I mean, each person's different. You know your own self, what you can actually put your body through. I can put mine through a lot than I do. So, Red Bulls kind of help me out. So that's just how I do it. It's not the correct answer, I'm sure. But I love it. So, it makes it all worth it in the end.
Yeah.
One thing that I did that helped out a lot is, I don't know if you have a position, whoever asked this question, I don't know if you have a job where you can work your way up the ladder in the company. But a lot of times, instead of asking for a pay raise, I'll ask for more time off. And, that might sound goofy, because everybody's out there chasing a dollar. But I don't know. I'm not one that I make enough to support my family and enough to have fun. But like, I'm not one that's like chasing a dollar. So some good advice would be, hey, your yearly reviews up and, whatever the company may be offering, if it's $1 raise every year, whatever it may be, like maybe talk to them and just be like, hey, what about, a couple extra days of vacation, or like what's, do the math. Like what's that raise worth it to them? And time off, in my opinion, is worth more than any money that you could ever, have to an extent. So I
could be fully unemployed. You can have all the time off you want.
I mean, but I have bartered with my work and was like, hey, I'll go to this class and I'll learn how to work on this piece of machinery or whatever. But in return, I want another, 3 or 4 days off of vacation. It works. So
I have sick leave too where I work, and I mean,
he's pretty
I don't
sick.
call off for that, just to go hunting, but I might just be sick that day at the same time.
Down with a case of buck fever.
Yeah, it's pretty awful.
Classic.
And another,
it's always the good days, the nice days out that I seem to catch something. Oh man, is it September? I'm already feeling it. Come on.
Feeling that fall groggy.
Yeah.
Another thing that I want to mention is, like, if you truly love the outdoors and you have a spouse or a family that supports that, and to an extent, I mean, we all know that there's some people out there that really screwed up their lives, and they're kind of like idolized in the hunting world, but they sacrifice not seeing their kids grow up and etc. Don't be that person. Be a good dad, be a good husband. But what I'm getting at is, if you truly love the outdoors, find a career that allows you to enjoy it. You're not stuck at your job.
Yeah.
There are billboards everywhere. There are people hiring everywhere. You are not stuck. Everybody gets in this comfortable, like, oh, I can't leave because I've been doing it for 5 years or 10 years or whatever, and like, I'm stuck. And nobody's stuck. Mm-mm. You can go learn a new trade. You can go do whatever you want. I mean, look at Jake Bush. He worked at some factory, and he only wanted to work. The only way that he would get hired is if they worked 4/10, so he could have a long weekend. And that's just something that he did before Latitude hired him full time. Like, he just worked a factory job, 4/10s, and he had his long weekends. Mm-hmm. If that's something that that you need to do, sacrifice.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what to say. Like, you got to make it work. There's no magic button. There's no magic pill, and I hope I'm not sounding too blunt, but it's the truth. You know,
it's the truth.
Like like what Black said. Black nailed it. If you're passionate about it and you care about it, you'll make it work. Mm-hmm. So go make it work.
Yeah, and that's like we were saying, the balance. I mean, if your wife or whoever sees that, I know we've had conversations with guys, and they're like, well. Every time I want to go do this, my wife's kind of like, eh. I mean, she should want you to be. I mean, if you're not doing this 24/7, she should want you to be happy. Like, it's okay to step away and do something that you want to do as well.
Yeah,
that's a big thing.
Yep, and also try to take your wife.
Seriously, this
is
something that you guys can get into together.
Yeah, mm-hmm. I mean, I know some women out there want nothing to do with it, and that's completely fine. But like, if she has any sort of interest, get her a bow. She doesn't have to go kill any animals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go get her a bow and shoot in the backyard. Like, there's thousands of youth bows that are, under $400. So, I mean, go out there and buy a $400 bow, set it up for her, and have her throw some arrows in the backyard. She might fall in love with it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and I think we've discussed before, like in the summer, go drive and you and your wife get ice cream and just go drive around and look for deer. I mean, who's gonna say no to ice cream?
Yep.
Driving around.
Utilize the kids. Use that's such a good point. The ice cream and kids and wife. Like, grab the kiddos, grab the wife.
Go take
Hey,
a walk.
We're gonna go get some ice cream. On the way to ice cream, we're going to circle this block where I hunt, and we're going to look for deer. On the way back, we're going to circle this new block, and we're going to drive around with the windows down on old back roads until it gets dark, eating ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
You're still scouting. You're utilizing your time. I mean, you got to get creative,
You do.
But
It sounds like you eat ice cream way too slow, Matt. I'd have that thing gone in the parking lot. Brain freeze and all.
Maddie's not eating ice cream at all.
yeah,
So.
I haven't had ice
He's
cream
just
in a long
dreaming right
time.
now is what he's doing.
The wife wanted to go get ice cream the other day, and I'm like, well, I'll take you, but I can't eat it.
Yeah.
But
We went and got ice cream last night.
this has been a bad weekend for me. I've been cheating a
It's
lot.
been bad.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to run extra hard this week. But
Run till the wheels fall off.
what
Yeah.
else? What else, boys?
I don't know.
I think we covered everything new.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening.
This has been
It's
great.
It's.
Yep.
I think it's been a blessing for all of us. It's been great to spend all this time together.
Thanks, Kev, for sacrificing your house every Wednesday too.
It's
Yeah.
We
fun.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
for real.
It's
gotta have a
big.
place to go. We don't have a separate studio we built for this. This is in Kevin's basement. So we do appreciate you,
Yeah.
buddy, and Sarah
Yeah.
letting
Thank
us
you, Sarah.
crash for sure. I mean, it's a pain to have people over every week, so we appreciate it, dude, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's worth it.
One thing that I wanted to touch base on, I've got two questions, and I know we want to keep this under an hour, but real quick, kind of like build up the excitement. I feel like we all got like very, I don't know. Well, I don't know what I'm talking
We're
about.
down here in the AC, and we were just out in the sun for 3
Yeah.
hours, so it
I
feels
feel
good.
like we
We're
all
all
kind of just like
winding
we all like
sleepy.
checked out for a second.
I'm catching a case of the Cromer over here and like about to fall asleep and headbutt my mic.
So to brighten us up, and then I have one really serious question, but I don't want to get into the serious question without brightening up the day. What is everyone looking forward to the most next year? We'll start with Kevin. We'll just work this way. Like, what is the one thing that you cannot wait for, and maybe why?
Honestly,
Or I should say this year.
probably Indiana, the Indiana trip. I had a lot of fun last year, meeting the guys and just hanging out with the guys, the camp life stuff, and the new crew that we got coming in this year. I'm looking forward to that, and also just we're going to go run cameras at the end of the month.
The next weekend.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to learning the property a little bit better, and then, just getting out there and putting all the pieces together and see if we can make it happen again on just, I really feel like the Indiana trip I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, Indiana trip for sure. But just shooting a booner. That's about all I'm excited for.
It doesn't matter what state.
Yeah, no, I every year that this gets a little more serious and just life gets a little more serious, I'm just excited for any time that I can get out. I'm just excited to be in the woods again. It's just
Yeah.
it's such an exciting time of the year, and it's such a peaceful time of the year for me that I just look forward to it every year.
Yep.
I'm just excited to be here, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's funny that you say that because my answer was very cliche to what both of you said. Indiana is probably the event that I'm looking forward to the most, but in general, just hanging out with everybody and hunting and just getting up in the morning, climbing those foothills or whatever it may be, going through the struggles and like the ups and downs of whitetail hunting, calling everybody and saying I'm quitting and then the next day killing. Like there's nothing more. I don't know too many people that put themselves through the ups and downs and keep going back more than a whitetail hunter. I mean, the amount of times that you go out and it's just uneventful or you're not successful is just, I don't know. From the outside looking in, we probably look insane, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the truth, but I can't wait to go through those struggles with all of you guys.
Well, I'm going to have to be a little bit different than you guys. I mean, Indiana's cool and all, but there's just something about Kentucky that's like home. It's like
Yeah.
it's like the place where we started. It's very, I don't know, personable there. The people you meet, it's more like a family down there. Like everybody, like they're close friends. It's just us. I feel like there's just a better closeness compared to Indiana.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just enjoy it, and there's something about fuzzy horns that are just super cool, and I'm super jealous of Jerry having.
Those foggy,
Yeah.
foggy, fuzzy mornings.
Oh, man. That's just Kentucky for me, though. I absolutely love that place. I love the whole time down there, cooking on the grill.
The people.
Oh, yeah, the people is just what makes it all, though.
You guys can stop it over at the house and rub the fuzzy before you will go down.
Oh, I'm going to, for sure.
You know, we may have to swing in and see Murr.
Oh, let's do it.
You know, that little party that that little family get together.
Was that Labor Day? Labor Day
Yeah,
party?
it is.
Yeah.
I'm going.
You've been training Black?
If you only knew. There's a little bit of an inside joke to that.
joke there, yeah.
So,
we
yeah,
can't
sorry,
talk
guys.
about we can't talk about that on the air. I don't even think Cromer knows about it.
No,
By the look of his face, he doesn't.
I'm just like, whatever.
He does, but his brain doesn't have enough power to pull that one
We
back
probably-
up yet.
You
We
probably did tell me.
we
I probably was
told
on
him
it's probably recorded on a podcast somewhere, probably.
Definitely not.
No.
But I definitely don't know.
No, I think we talked about it, honestly.
Well,
We touched on it. We
Touched.
didn't go into
There's no way we
detail.
got into details because I wouldn't have allowed anybody to get into details.
you would have had to put the little E next to that podcast.
Yeah. We'll go visit Murr for a day.
Yep.
We'll leave
One
it
day
at
off
that.
of Kentucky. The Kentucky trip.
I might film a little bit of it.
What was your serious question? You know, let's moving on.
All right, Chrome.
Go ahead,
What are
Chrome.
you looking forward to?
I mean, it's always cool. It's somebody that's not hunting, but you guys are. It's fun to watch you guys, and it's exciting to just think about the opportunities that you guys have coming up to shoot something that you've always dreamed of, or you have a buck on camera, and it's just fun to watch. And I think that's why we have some viewers as well. It's just fun to think about what could happen this year, and just you never know. You never know what's gonna happen, and just that excitement of like Matt says, he's got a great deer in Kentucky, or you guys have these giant deer in Indiana. It's like you never know what's gonna happen, and it's just the excitement of that is just fun to watch. And as far as hunting stuff goes, that is what I'm looking forward to most, and just seeing what you guys actually do, because we've been doing this for a while, but every year we get better and better and better. And especially on the public stuff and the Kentucky. I mean, Kentucky's been a grind, but you guys have been getting better every single year. And I'm looking forward to seeing what happens in 2023/2024.
I hear you.
I can't wait, dude. The opportunity just...
Yeah.
All right, so we've got a little bit more time before we hit an hour, and I know that everybody kind of wants to keep this under an hour. You know, I want to touch base on the meaning behind Born Again Bow Hunting and why we really started and why we rebranded. And I kind of didn't really have anything planned. It just kind of hit me while we were podcasting. What would you guys like to see us do better with that aspect of the either channel, video, etc.? And, you know, I'm not meaning to put everybody on the spot, but, you know, ultimately, we're very open about how we are a Christian group. And I want to emphasize that nobody at this table is perfect, nor do we claim to be perfect. I am not putting myself on any pedestal claiming that I am this Christian, you know, holier than thou. That is not me. Mm-hmm. I make as many mistakes as everybody else does, and I'm a sinner saved by God's grace. So I guess, you know, we get all excited about these hunts. We get all excited about our plans, but, you know, we also have to stay grounded to what we are and who we are. And I guess maybe I just wanted to touch base on that and see what your guys' thoughts were on what we could do better next year. Because we've talked about it in the past. We 100% don't want to be preachy. We think that turns people away. I don't know if it's just a check-in. You know, maybe we have a successful hunt and we talk about maybe like a spiritual connection that we had, or, you know, there's always moments, we talk about, our spiritual walks in the woods, and, I think that there's a reason why man and God are so close in nature, and I think we need to capitalize on that a little bit more. And those are my thoughts.
Yeah, I think that we just need to do maybe a little bit better job of expressing the way that we feel when certain things come about throughout our season, like they did last year. I know for you, we just had some really great conversations of a couple different things. I know we talked about one of them on the podcast, but I think we just need to do a better job at explaining and bringing them along for some of the conversations that we have off air and during the weeks, and
Putting it out there.
yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna say. I feel like we need to, whether if that's just we do a podcast specific about it. I don't know, but I'm with you. I think maybe there's.
So I've been doing a fun thing with we've got I'm starting a church with some new friends that we've made through a church in Medina, and we're going to be planning a church in Strongsville, Ohio. And I just this week, like I started a group message, and we started texting like Bible verses. We read them together. We don't call each other on the phone, but it's just we specifically like make it a point to send the Bible verse in the morning. And we talk about it over text. We read it together, and it's just like that reminder because we all get so busy. It's so easy, and people here like we don't mean to forget to do it, but it just happens because life is so crazy. And like I don't know, maybe us as a group, not to get preachy, but we could do. That's my ride, Sarah. You're good. Thank you. Sorry about that. You're fine. My brother-in-law's here to pick me up. So, but yeah, like maybe like between us, like if we are doing something in the morning for reading a verse, maybe we can talk about it together. We've never done that before. And then maybe we can throw that verse in like our Instagram story or something.
Yeah.
People know what we are. Like we're not hiding it. So it's like maybe we could do something like that together. Just an idea.
I would agree. And I think, I agree with, we don't want to sound preachy, but at the same time, if we're not doing anything, we're no better than anybody else. And I think that's where we're getting at is, we are not,
we're not here to yell at you.
We're not the most educated. We don't have the answer for everything.
Nor
will we ever.
Yeah.
But I think maybe we just need to be doing a little bit more to just share our thoughts and share the word, because if we're not doing anything about it, then what's the point?
Yeah, sure.
I would agree.
Just be a little bit more vocal.
Yeah, maybe more mindful about it. And I think it'd be cool if we started like sharing that. We'll start a new Telegram.
Stuff.
On Telegram, we have like literally, and this honestly,
17.
But this is so great. Like we have a category for everything we talk about it, and we break it up in groups. And we have like red line and trophy line and posting and general talk and premiere and like
there's 8. I just counted in my head. There's 8
There's
groups,
8 of them,
and we're about to add at least one more.
Yeah,
We're gonna do merch.
Well, we just did.
We
Okay,
did.
so there's gonna be 10 or 11. So
so maybe we should add one for like something like that.
we should. Yes, I'm all for it.
I think when you have a bunch of guys that are like-minded, I just think for example, the 75-ish hard challenge that we're doing, there is no way I'd be running 2 to 3 miles a day unless you guys were sending in your splits.
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay, I see you boys.
Yeah.
Like, I got you.
It's just the accountability part.
Yeah, and I feel like if we did something where it was just, you don't have to do anything crazy.
No.
Just keep each other in line.
Yeah, if we can't do a verse a day, come on.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And that's what
a day takes you 20 seconds to read.
Yeah.
It's like, come on.
Yeah, it's so easy to just. It's just so
I know,
easy to live
and it
day to
is.
day, and it's just like, what are we doing? And that hit me this week. It's like, what am I doing, dude? Like,
Yep.
why not?
Yep.
Takes just like you said, just takes a couple minutes, and that's it. And also, it's a great way to start your day, like mentally. Like if you put your headspace in there to start your day, and we all know this, like everybody here knows this, but like that's where you start your day with. It's just gonna be good from there on out. It should be hopefully be good,
Yeah. Or better.
better. Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. I think we should wrap it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. Seriously.
Yeah, before we close, just once again, thank you from the bottom of our hearts. We are so excited to bring you guys the content this fall. I feel like this this deer season's going to be a banger.
Yeah.
I got good feelings.
so.
I just think that we're going to do
Mhm.
well.
That's why I'm excited. Yes, man, I'm excited. I think it's gonna be a good season for you guys.
I think we're all going to do extremely well. And if not, it's okay. We'll be out there having fun.
Darn right.
Oh, yeah.
And we're going to do a better job of just filming, like, filming our fun events, like, even if it's not successful. It's like, so be prepared. That's one thing we didn't talk about, but we're running out of time. Be prepared for the old YouTube channel to really, really explode.
Oh, dude, she's gonna
Because we are going to be
Deer season's
cranking some content. But
Yeah, and if you haven't already, if you want to watch these podcasts, if you want to watch our facial expressions, you want to watch us laugh at each other, Born Again Bowhunting Podcast is now its own YouTube.
yeah,
Every YouTube or every podcast that we make is going to have a YouTube video, whether if it's just our ugly mugs sitting there talking to each other, laughing,
or guest.
or we got a guest on.
We got a Zoom. Yeah,
Yep.
we got a Zoom.
Check it out, subscribe. That would help us out a lot
Yeah.
if you could head over to that and subscribe.
please do.
Be great.
Thank you again.
Yep. Send them home, Kevy.
Alrighty, doesn't matter what you've done in the past. You can always be born again, and born again is out.
Peace out.